Jessica Keith.
That's Slippy. Oh, hello, everybody. My name is Jessica Keith. I am a theater practitioner. I am an improviser, and I am a phenomenologist. I learned it. I learned about that word because I really like the word. And I encourage you all to follow a similar pattern of education. Find words you like, learn about them, and then talk to people about them in vague ways that you think is what it means and are hopeful you're getting it correct. Wrote some notes. I'm going to put them down here because, believe it or not, I got a master's degree off the skin of my teeth. Dr. Dawson. Bright Club thought that it would be important for you to be surrounded by white American women talking about philosophy this evening. Didn't know that going into it. Glad I'm here. So what is phenomenology? Phenomenology is a word that I enjoyed and I wanted to be called a phenomenologist, so that's why I chose it. Also, I enjoy going phenomenon, doo-boo-doo-doo. Phenomenon, doo-boo-doo-boo. Phenomenon. So you get it. Phenomenology is a philosophical word that is used to describe the unique awareness of a situation, to describe a person's lived experience. I was using it in the context of looking at live performance, which guess what? What we're doing. So what you're witnessing and participating in is the phenomenon of live performance. You're all here for the first time. You will probably never be here together in this way ever again. What is your name, please?
Sarah.
Sarah. And where are you from, Sarah?
Germany.
Germany. Lovely. Your name, sir?
Phil.
Phil. Where are you from?
Dublin.
Dublin. Do you know Sarah?
Yeah.
You do? You don't? Think of all the life choices you had to make to get here today. And all of the life choices you had to make in Germany to be here today. And now you're in the same room. Phenomenon. And Dr. Dawson, I don't know him, but it took a lifetime of experience for us to be in the same room and for me to be terrified about talking about my research when I found out like an actual philosopher was here. I was like, fuck. He might know more about what I'm talking about than I do because I probably don't know what I'm talking about. Phenomenon. Oh man. So this is actually my second Bright Club. The first time I also talked about phenomenology, but it was in that weird in-between blippy space where we thought live performance was going to be able to happen again during the pandemic. And then like a couple of days beforehand, they were like, ha, psych! Zoom, you go! So I performed similar content, but in my living room where I could see nobody and heard no laughter. Because I was alone. I'm sure my husband would have laughed, right? But I had made a cardboard cutout of audience members and put them at the bottom of the screen. This is all true. And I had a mic stand and a microphone that was plugged up into nothing, mostly so that I could lean on it like I was cool, because I have never done stand-up before. This evening, in fact, aside from Zoom. Tonight's my first night. Thanks. I missed you all so much that night, though. I missed you so much. And because I miss you so much, I'm just going to take a moment to make intense eye contact with all of you. To engage in like really individualized phenomenological experiences, because I want you're a part of it. Okay. I haven't made it back there yet. Awesome. Because that's a cool thing about phenomenology, especially when you're looking at live performance, is that no two performances are the same. Cats was on Broadway for decades. It could be the same cast. It could be same script. Ah, it's so bad. Same songs, same light cues, same everything. But you go and you see a different show every fucking night. Every night it's different. Same everything, different audience, different day, maybe a different time if you're at a matinee. Phenomenon. So phenomenologically, I could have this whole thing scripted. I do. This is all. This is verbatim what I'm going to do again tomorrow on Broadway. And I could do the same show every day for 10 years. That's 3,650 shows because I also perform on holidays. And you will see 3,650 different shows because you will be different. Like, even if the same audience was there every freaking night, you'll be different. You might be hungrier or more excited or more hungover or whatever. Your cells will be a whole 24 hours older, and that's a long time for some cells. Some cells don't do so great in a day. I don't know. I think it's pretty special that you're not just like witnessing a thing, you're participating in the thing. I'm almost an improviser. I'm also an improviser. And I had the great opportunity to perform in Improv Fest Ireland this past weekend with my comedy partner Jessamine. You might know her. And we were clouds, and we were holding up a volcano. And then the volcano started to spew lava, and then like the clouds turned to steam, and then they dispersed, and there was like a presumable like death and destruction on the in the world below, and it was hilarious. But phenomenology is sort of that you had to be there moment. Like, I could tell you about it, but unless you're there experiencing it, unless you're there like in this magic between people, that's why I have to look at you. Do you feel that between us? Yeah. Back row, do you feel that? Do you feel this? Yes. Dr. Dawson? I don't know you, but am I getting this right? It doesn't matter. This word is the only thing that exists, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Presentism. We're jumping ship. And sure, maybe the people who are watching this recorded, maybe they might be enjoying this as well, but they're not in on it in the same way that you guys are in on it. You might watch it back, and then you'll be like, oh, and then it was this really clever bit that this other American lady said about the thing, and then people will be like, whatever, and then you'll be like, oh, it was the phenomenon of the moment. The phenomenon of the moment. I suppose, hearkening back to what Annie was saying, oh, geez, sorry. Phenomenon. hearkening back to what Annie was talking about, Americans looking for gratitude, being like, thanks. That's my American voice. Thanks so much. I'm just really grateful you're all here. I have friends in the front row and new friends in the front row. Friends I haven't met yet, but you don't exist because that's in the future. Gratitude. That's the cool thing about phenomenology, right? Is that you kind of you're able to sort of step outside yourself and view the picture differently. How I researched phenomenology was I went to the same play like 9 times in a row over the course of its run, and I was trying to figure out like it was actually a study in children's theater and comedic conventions used in children's theater and why that's interesting. And I got so excited about seeing the show every time because it was legit a different show every time. Same script, one actor, one man show. Same script, same actor, same cues, same lights, same everything. But my God, he found these magic moments in these little pieces of like, I don't know, whatever this magic is. That's what I think phenomenology is. It's this magic of existence and like the transference of energy. So like there's this collective experience of being an audience member and being like, oh, I saw a show. And then it's like this collective experience of like, I participated in the show by giving back to the performers. And that's cool. So like every time you see a show, you're actually contributing to. You're not just a passive bystander for. Phenomenology is the how it exists and not just the what you're watching. And I think it's a cool thing to sort of like bring through life, to see it as the phenomenon that it is. We've got Sarah from Germany, and I forgot your name, my good friend. Phil. Phil from Dublin. 2 people who don't know each other, who through a series of life choices have decided to come to this special, special show. And now they're best friends. Because that's what phenomenology is. Friendship in the making. I'm going to look at my notes. I've hit everything I think I need to say. COVID sucked. And I think if you're a performer in any capacity, whether it's music or theater or comedy or whatever, when we look for that give and take of energy and that goes missing, that shit's hard. And it's been a blow, I know, for all of us in a variety of ways. But I think if you are a performer and you were forced to perform in that Zoom space, consider you had a global audience for the first time, or at least the opportunity to have a global audience for the first time. And also, even in our weird little boxes, we had a shared experience. Who knows what's coming down the pipeline? Doesn't exist yet, Dr. Dawson. I don't know him, but he scares me. I'm so nervous that he's here. It's true. I didn't know he existed until I met... Oh, God, I forgot your name. It doesn't exist. But yeah, to find those moments of gratitude and to be present in space. And yeah, thanks so much for sharing this space with me. This has been cool. Thanks for that preemptive Canadian clap. Those shy Americans. Thank you so much, you guys. That's fun.